Welcome to Nothing Less Than Extraordinary, and an amazing podcast dedicated to ordinary people like you and I that have done extraordinary things in our life. I want this to be a human celebration of the human struggle in this journey called life through its up and down and twist and turn. May their life stories inspire you to reach your greatness and to reach your full potential. It is going to be a lot of fun, lighthearted, and raw in all its form. We will cover topics such as love, depression, divorce, parenting, woman in business, anxiety, addiction, self-love, forgiveness, and so many more. I am super thrilled and honored to have you here. My name is Ridon. May you have a great listening. So, welcome back to Nothing Less Than Extraordinary. I have a lovely, lovely person I adore, which is also my coach. And I'm so proud of her. Sarah Weiss, which is here with us today on this lovely sunny day here anyway in Montreal. What about you?
It's beautiful here in Ottawa.
And you're looking gorgeous as well. And I told Sarah that today I wanted to celebrate her. Green is my favorite color. It doesn't always necessarily match with me. But today, green, I think we were told that green is like the color of hope, and you kind of symbolize that. So in honor of you, I'm wearing green.
Well, thank you. I just want to thank you so much for having me here. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and seeing the fire and passion within you to change the world, help people, elevate people, and to give me the opportunity to elevate others on your show is super amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you for dressing up because you look dazzling. Honestly, I'm like in awe. I'm like,
thank you.
Too bad she's taken. I mean, hey, good for her husband. I mean, for me, if I was the guy, I was like, yee. So I'm going to do a really, really brief introduction. You do so many things. So I think I won't be able to capture it all in a ball, but I think this really speaks for itself because she is a very strong and confident and powerful woman. She is an international speaker, and she's also a wealth coach. And she's the CEO of SaaS Boss. And I love the name. It's amazing. She also owns a platform, her company, Empowered Life, which is a platform that helps other professionals in their field and expertise to be able to monetize what they do and their expertise to kind of help people bring them out of whatever situation they may be dealing with, and to make their life a little bit better so that they can reach their full potential and really expand and go out and spread on the love and, prosperity so that we have a better world. And just that alone, it is amazing. But she's a beautiful mom of two beautiful daughters that I got the opportunity to meet. They are adorable and gorgeous. When her daughter lost her teeth, she's just so cute. It just reminds me of when my kid lost their tooth, but it was just so adorable when she had those tears. It was so cute. And she is also a lovely wife to Adam. Adam has his own platform. I think it's important because our partner brings us to the best of where we are. So he has a website himself, Adam Connects, and you can also a little bit later on, Sarah, if you want to share about it, that's great. What is amazing about Sarah's story is that 5 years ago, she was broken, living in a very small little townhouse with bed infested on welfare. And she really had to kind of demystify, take away all of these ideas and negative thoughts and who she thought the identity of who she was, to having to rebuild that new identity to be where she is today. It's extremely successful and so much more. And I have to say, because I do love sport, she is also an athlete sponsor for pickleball, and we're going to cover all about it. So I hope in that little gist, that's just a glimpse into Sarah's life. So come and join me in celebrating this amazing human being. I'm so honored and so thrilled to be here with you today.
Oh, thank you so much. It's crazy hearing all these things that have happened in the past 5 years. It blows my mind because I'm focused on the present and the moment, and then I'm reminded sometimes of all the things that have happened, and it's just life is so magical. It's amazing how resilient human beings are. And so many people have these stories of all the stuff they've gone through. And sometimes we need to remind ourselves of how much we've overcome so that we can continue to overcome, because there's always another challenge, the next level, the next growth, the next degree. And sometimes it's like you guys are badasses. I hope you all realize you're badasses. Look at all the things you've overcome to get where you're at right now. You know, it's cool
Mhm.
to get that reminder sometimes to hear, because every time we level up, you know, we think it's going to get easier, but no, the challenges become harder because you're going to the next level and the next level. So that reminder is very valuable.
Exactly. And just hearing Sarah talk, this is why she is so powerful in terms of a coach. I had one session with her and I'm like going to do, I'm on fire doing so many things. She just is a magnet of this level of confidence, but there's something also very pure about Sarah. Is the reason why I love and adore her is that there's that inner softness of the heart, this purity that you have and radiate, and that's what really speaks to me. And so I am so honored to have people to be able to see it and to see the beautiful person that you have become, because you're going to inspire so many individual men and women and children as well, because we are an example to our children. And I know how much you love your daughters, your two beautiful daughters, and I feel the same for my kids. So let this be a journey to kind of spread out the love to as many generation as possible. I want you to also be able to talk about your business, what you're passionate about. So we'll start, because you got so many projects going on at the same time. Not only, I forgot to mention, she's also a two-time bestseller as well. I started reading her book, Not Born This Way, and it's amazing. I definitely recommend. And it's, yeah, those two exactly, and the 20
Yeah.
most powerful women in marketing, and tells all. So those two books are really fabulous, honestly. So if you want to just maybe dive in a little bit, go wherever you feel like it.
I might be biased, but these two books are the best books in the world. There's no better books. I'm
I
just kidding. I'm
concur.
just
They are
kidding.
very good.
I love hearing the feedback of them. You know, my story, I wanted to teach lessons in my story. And a lot of people, I mean, I can't believe how many people have stories and books in them, and they don't want to write it because it could be too much work. They don't consider themselves an author. That was myself. I didn't consider myself a writer, so therefore I couldn't be an author. But I actually made friends with Les Brown, someone I've looked up to since I was like 16 years old, watching his talks and speaking in front of like hundreds of thousands of people. I got to see him at an event. As soon as he went on stage, he was a surprise guest. My eyes were wide, and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Les Brown!" And during the break, everyone gets out of the room, and it's a big conference hall, and there's Les Brown in front of the stage. He comes out, and a few people, I think there was two people in front of him. I'm like, oh my God, I just beelined right up to him. And I'm like, Les Brown, oh my gosh, you've been inspiring me since I was like 16. He's like, girl, you got charisma. Here's my
Uh-huh.
email me. And I'm like, what? Fangirled so hard, got a picture with him, emailed him, ended up at another event with him, and something very similar went up to him like, Les, welcome back. You know, I brought him into Ottawa because of the team that I had built in Ottawa. This is when this was a network marketing thing. We had this massive Canadian team, and I was leading Canada. So I went and made this happen, and Les Brown was there, and I told him, like, I've been looking forward to hearing from you. At the end of the event, he called me. He asked me for my information, then he called me. And I picked up the phone, and he's like, Miss Charisma. I'm like, oh my God, Les Brown? He calling me? Ah! So I built this friendship with him. And then at the third time I saw him at another event, I actually called him. I said, hey, I just got here. Are you in the hotel? He's like, yeah, come up to my room. So I went to his suite, sat down, and he actually got to know me, asked me a couple questions. He's like, Sarah, you got to write a book. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm not a writer. He's like, I don't care. You got to write a book. Find a way. Use a ghostwriter if you need to, which I didn't end up doing. But after that, I'm like, man, if one of my heroes is telling me to write a book, I guess I should write a book. I wrote the book, and I've heard nothing but amazing feedback. My husband, who runs this virtual book tour, so if you're writing a book or have a book and you want more people to see it, reach out to me. He runs this virtual book tour, which does a very incredible job of getting the message out of what the book is and who wrote it and the people behind who support it. Anyways, he did this for me, and 6 days later, it was a #1 bestseller. I
Mhm.
got 2 coaching clients out of it. So if you're a coach, a healer, an author, and you offer services, this was amazing for me. So it could be amazing for you. And since becoming a #1 bestselling author, I've had so many people message me about my book, talking about how our stories are so different, but I relate to so much of it. And if there's one thing that this teaches me, and this was my message, was to stop defining myself by who I used to be, my past limitations and disadvantages that I began to own as who I was as an identity, and to start defining myself by who I'm becoming. Who do I want to be? Start being that person today. I remember the moment that I did that. I
Mhm.
was thinking, I don't want to be this disadvantaged, limited person who is broke on welfare with bed bugs biting me every night. I wanted to stop being that person. So the moment that I said, no, no, that's not who I am. I
Yeah.
don't want to doom myself by defining myself by who I think I am right now. And I saw myself as this accomplished, powerful powerhouse of business,
Yeah.
and an incredible wife and mother. I was a single mom at the time, and I just saw myself this way. And what I saw was this beautiful version of myself with better posture. Honestly, the posture was better. She walked with this incredible purpose. She spoke with incredible purpose. Her hair was different. Everything about her was different, confident. It was incredible. And I saw her in my mind. And as soon as I came back to and I opened my eyes, I'm like, I need a new suit. Went shopping, and I didn't care what the price was. And
Mhm.
that was scary for me in those days, because every dime was counted for my welfare check.
Yeah.
Went and got a new suit, and I became that person that day. And
Mhm.
ever since that day, my life has gone this way, and maybe not this way, more like.
And that's something
but
I mention to people for sure. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's been amazing to redefine who I am based on who I'm becoming instead of who I was. So that was really the big message of my book and my story, and it seems to be the common theme on what people take from it. So if you feel like you're trapped, if you feel like your past has been defining you and you're sick and fed up and tired of it, then this might be the book that wakes you up, opens your eyes to see that you are so much more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for. You are not who you were. You are who you want to become. And this book definitely drives that point home.
Oh, it really does. And I think there's something about amazing too. There's a little secret in that becoming and stepping into the new version of you. I haven't quite reached it yet, but I do know that just being with you, I absorb all your confidence. I'm like, what would Sarah do right now? Like, she's so damn confident right now. I'm like, I feel like I'm invincible. Like, come, game on. So it's very, very important to be around the same vibe and people that elevates you and raise that frequency. But there is a secret becomes stepping. Something that I notice when I go into different conference or like a huge crowd, everybody gets so excited about something. And then they get out of that and they become like this new person is because what happened is you're in the excitement. Like, let's say you go to a Tony Robbins, something, you get into the excitement. It's when you start believing that you can become that other version of you, a better version of you. And then you don't let the logic kind of define you like, well, no, I'm not this and that. Just like, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to step into this new version. And once that click in your head happens, which is what you had did with regards to going to buy a new suit that normally you would not spend. But by doing that, there's something magical about the process because I did that the same way when I actually got divorced. And I normally wouldn't buy any kind of furniture or brand new bed. I just said that's irrational because I can't just spend this money. It's supposed to be saved up for a rainy day and for the kids. But I said to myself, I'm stepping into a new version of me and I'm going to attract the law of attraction to radiate all these beautiful energy of things that I love. So I bought a brand new bed that I'm in love with, the mattress, the sofa, everything in my house radiates so much love because it reminds me that I gave myself the permission to step into becoming somebody better than the version that I was yesterday. So, it's possible. We have to stop telling ourselves that it's impossible to do because I'm defined by so many different things that happen in my life. It's saying that those are the beautiful thing that makes me who I am today, and giving yourself the permission to be better, to be more powerful. Hmm.
I'd love to speak on that actually. I figured out the formula. What you're saying is so important.
Yeah.
The law of attraction. This was a huge game changer for me when I saw the movie The Secret. Actually, I read the book first and then I saw the movie.
Hmm.
And it talks a lot about attracting the what.
Yeah.
What I've realized in my growth, because I've known about that long before I was on welfare, and how did I end up on welfare, right? I realized that it's not that we attract a what, it's
Yeah.
we attract a who. You're talking about this bed, and when you think about being the person who has the ability to get that bed and to live a comfortable life, that's what you're attracting. The who, the identity. I actually figured out a formula for taking action and motivation. A lot of people, they find it hard to self-motivate. Well, the formula, the 4 steps to this creation process, starts with vision. And this is why I was talking about how, I saw myself in a certain way. And this is all part of the attraction process. The law of attraction is to visualize, right? See what it is you want. Some people have a hard time with visualizing. So what I recommend is to feel, because you know how to feel. So if you want a bed, feel the comfort of the bed. If you want your soulmate, feel the love of your soulmate. So visualize. So step 1 is to create your vision. Step 2, and it always happens automatically. When you see something, you begin to believe it. Seeing is believing. So when I saw myself as a powerhouse businesswoman with this better posture, the way she spoke, the way she walked, everything about her with this confidence, I started to believe it because I saw it. I said, I can do that. I see it and I can believe it. The vision led to belief, and what belief leads to is passion. When you can believe in something, you can be passionate about it.
Yeah.
You can say that about any religion where someone believes in something, they get passionate about it. If you believe that Android is a better phone, you become passionate about it when you're in an argument with someone who's got an iPhone. So the belief that you have for something creates a passion. When you have that passion for life, it leads to action and energy. That's the 4 steps: vision, belief, passion, and action. That passion that you get when you believe in something. That passion I got when I saw myself in a different state. I got passionate about it. Said, that's who I am. I'm not this broken, busted version of myself. I am something so much greater, and I already know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. I know what it smells like. I know what it tastes like. And that passion led me to taking massive, massive action. Just like it led you to buying that bed, not resisting who you're becoming. You took that action. It builds this energy that's unstoppable. I became this force because I knew who I was becoming. I knew what I wanted. I knew the identity shift I was stepping into. It led to this energy which creates the action. This energy was like a brick wall of power. I didn't need to sleep as much as I was before. I could stay up until 3 a.m., wake up at 5 a.m., and still have tons of energy. It was incredible. Now I sleep a little longer. I've got a nice bed, and that's what I want. That's what I want. But that was the thing. And when you start to realize that when you're using the law of attraction, you're attracting more about the who, it's easier to become passionate about because it's you. You're attracting you instead of the bed. So in your case, if you're looking at this bed and thinking, well, it's a little more expensive and I've got this money that I'm saving and all that stuff, I can't justify spending that money. But then you think, wait a second, I want to be the person who can buy a bed when I want, who can live in comfort how I want, and enjoy that freedom and that comfort. That's a version of you're becoming. It's so much more powerful energetic-wise than to think of a bed. It's about the person who gets that bed. Me being that powerhouse businesswoman who has an abundance of love, life, laughter, joy, fulfillment, and money. That's a version of me. That's not about a thing, not about some paper in the bank. It's not about having friends around me. It's about the person who attracts friends, who attracts abundance. And to see myself in that version, that's powerful. When you see yourself in this incredible powerhouse version of yourself and you begin to step into it, now you're attracting the life to you instead of you to the life. Instead of you attracting yourself to the bed, you're attracting the bed to you.
That's right.
It's so much more powerful.
Oh my God. It's just so fabulous. Everything that I couldn't even like, I'm trying to listen and I'm writing note. I'm like, oh, there's so much stuff. I'm definitely gonna rewatch this whole recording because there's so much concept and it is so jam-packed. So to summarize, you did a aha moment for me when you were saying, and I remember reading so many books, so many books. Among your books, there's so many other books as well that really comes and speak to the same concept of what you spoke about. One great book that is really, I'm sure most people have heard of it, is the magic of big thinking. I think that's what it's called, the magic of thinking big. The
Mhm.
magic of thinking big. It is so powerful. It comes to exactly support what you're saying. So when you step into this, who you are becoming, allow yourself to live the life that you envision this person, this new version of you is being able to feel entitled to have a brand new bed, drive a nicer car, whatever that car may be for you. It doesn't mean to be envious and to be flashy or anything like that. It's just the things that you love that radiates the love, and the love comes back to you. It's just like when you mentioned with regards to the bed, it's no longer you attracting the bed, but I mean the bed attracting you, but it's the opposite, right? So you're attracting all of these good things in your life. And so I realized when I started doing that, when I started saying yes to the bed, when I started saying I'm going to move to living closer to the water because I love water, they are calming to me. So they actually always say lean into the dream that you so desire. So in one of the book, they were saying like this particular person always wanted to live in the beach. They sold their house to live in a 1.5 bedroom just so that they could be living that vision of their future. So every morning they wake up and they're putting their feet in the sand and envisioning all these amazing dreams and getting all these clients that are coming to them. And when you live in that vibe, you generate and you are passionate about it. So it's easy to constantly be moving in action, attracting different people. So what I'm saying to you people is step into that dream of yours. Take like do like put different situation that allows you to be in that comfort zone. So this is what I'm allowing myself to do. I got not a brand new car, so my parent was so loving to me. I before that, when I was actually in my other marriage, I was driving like a scrap car with two different color with a bumper falling. And so my colleague would always tell me, we can always hear you coming from afar because we can hear the sound of the muffler.
It's got character.
Exactly. But I always thank the car because it never failed on me. It always brought me from point A to point B. And
Gratitude, so important.
yeah, exactly. And so when I actually moved into this new person, my parent was so sweet enough. They sold me their car and gave me time to actually be able to pay them off. So I had everything all brand new, like a brand new house, a brand new bed, a brand new sofa, everything. I was stepping into the new, attracting much more of a better version, attracting the partner, the ideal partner that I have. And I think that's also another concept that I will cover is having the support. So the support system is definitely very strong as well. Choosing the right partner, I realize, is a very crucial thing. They always bring the best in fortunes and opportunity. I mean, since I've met my boyfriend, we both change each other's life in a huge drastic way. Without him, I wouldn't be like I know I can manifest this different thing on my own, but I think together we are like a powerhouse. Together we complement each other, and then with the support and love that I have from my friends and family gives me the energy and the ferocity to keep pushing and to keep reaching that dream, because in 2 years I am convinced that I will become a millionaire. So I'm throwing that to the universe and I trust that. And it is what it is. It's already looking that way. So I think it's one to also believe in yourself. It's the belief. So with the book, with the magic of thinking big, it's knowing inside without extra pressure or wanting to desire something and pushing yourself. It's just to know and believing that, like I tell myself, you're a millionaire. So in 2 years, magical things will happen. Opportunity will come to your door, and just keep doing the good, keep chasing that dream, keep living in that vibe.
Do you mind if I talk about that for a
Yes,
second?
yes, please.
I realized something the law of attraction manifestation has always been so fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
And something I realized about how we can end up using it against ourselves is when we want something.
Yeah.
If we want something, the statement you're making is that you don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Mm-hmm.
so important. If you are thinking, I want $1 million. That's a very common one. I want $1 million. Then what you're stating is that I don't have it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we attract the message we're putting out there, right? I don't have $1 million. I would like $1 million because I don't have it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What I've learned to do in tweaking how I use the law of attraction
Yeah.
is to see how I do have what I want. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say $1 million is what I want.
Yes.
Okay. Now we can convince ourselves, we can visualize, oh, me having $1 million, this is what it looked like. This is what it would feel like. Yes, $1 million. Okay. But we intuitively know it's a lie. So that's still going out there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
here's how you can talk some truth about it.
Okay.
What would $1 million feel like? What would it give you?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would give you freedom. Maybe it would make you feel freedom. Then I would ask you, do you have freedom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can choose right now to go and give my husband a hug. I could go outside and breathe in some fresh air. I really do have freedom. I have all kinds of freedom, tons of freedom. Maybe I'm not free to go buy a yacht, but in the end, I have tons of freedom. So freedom, check. It would give me options. Options, okay. Do I have options? I totally have options. If I want, I can go buy a slushie if I want right now. That is not. I can get blue, red, or green. I have these options, and I can go deeper on that. What else would the $1 million give me? Maybe significance. Maybe I would feel like I've proven myself and I have significance in the world. Where in my life do I already have significance? My kids think I'm the most significant thing in their life. I'm so significant to them. I have friends that if I was gone, they would feel a great loss. So I have significance in their life. There's tons of places in my life I have significance.
Yeah.
I have significance too. It would make me feel like I've done something great.
Yes. Yes.
Where in my life have I already done something great?
Mm-hmm.
I'm raising 2 incredible children. I show up for them every single day. I show up for my husband. I've graduated from high school and from college. Those are great. I have all these things that I've done that are great. Wait, check. And I can go through a big list of all the things that being a millionaire would give me to realize that I've already got what being a millionaire would do for me. And you then realize it's like I don't even need to be a millionaire to get what being a millionaire would do for me. I've got it all. And in that, you realize you are a millionaire.
It is amazing. Yes, I am so happy you touch on that point because that is a really great reminder. People are always chasing it. Almost feel like you're chasing the carrot, but you never get it. But this here,
you're attracting more chase. When you're thinking, I'm going to chase my dreams, I'm going to chase what I'm setting out for, then that's what you continue to do. You know, when we talk about attracting the ideal identity for you, really think about it. You know, a lot of people are thinking about what their mission is going to accomplish, right? It's like, I want to be a millionaire and I want all these things. I think about the person I want to be in this future. So for me, I want to be someone who lives effortlessly, where everything I desire comes flowing to me, where all my passions and my purpose and my goals just happen effortlessly. I want to be able to just take a break and not feel pressured to do work and be productive because I have crunch times and bills to pay and all this stuff. I want to have that kind of freedom. And in doing that, I've attracted that life. So I live a life where I get to have fun and not stress about bills. No matter what's in my bank account, whether it's $1 million or $10, none of that changes who I am and the life that I want to live. So I've continued to create this life. I used to live a life where I was always pressured to be productive. Otherwise, I might not be able to make rent, and all these fears would kick in if I'm not productive, if I'm not that. But that's not the life I want to live. That's not the life I want to create. I don't care how much money is in my bank account. So I started to shift into this new identity, the identity of the woman in me who is a goddess that things flow to her. And if she wants to sit on her butt, eat ice cream, and watch Netflix, she can without any guilt, shame, or pressure to do any work. And I get to live that life. And it was really uncomfortable in the beginning because it was very out of alignment. And this is where self-sabotage can come in. I won't get into it, but I would go, okay, maybe this is one of those moments where I should just sit down and not do anything and actually be happy about it because that's the life I want to live. And I would feel that pressure, like I should be doing something right now. I need to like earn money. I need to go get clients. I need to do something. And it's like, no, no, no. That's not who I'm becoming. I'm becoming the lady who gets to relax when she wants to. And when she's inspired to work, she will work with full veracity and passion. But right now, I'm going to relax because I choose to. And it was very uncomfortable, but now I've created that life and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I continue to evolve what that means to me. But the really big point here is that if you begin to attract who you're becoming and stop chasing, but be that person today and stop chasing the goals and the money and the all the things that you want because you don't have them currently, you start to create the true life of your dreams. Not attract the things you want, but to create the true life of your dreams by living it now. It's amazing. And I mean, it's for some people, it's going to be like, oh my God, it sounds so easy. And of course, I mean, there's more to it. And it's you got to reprogram yourself. You got to be consistent. I had to learn how to get support. Like you were saying, I can't tell you how important it is. My first coach changed my world. Incredibly. I was in this position where I was on welfare, had bed bugs infestation. My bedroom was my living room, and I had no gratitude. I was a victim to my whole world. I was blaming God and the universe and everything for giving me this bad life and all the people who stabbed me in the back and all this stuff. And I was blaming, not taking responsibility. And I had too much pride to go, I need help. Oh my gosh, what a game changer to go, you know what? I think if I had a little bit of guidance from someone who had accomplished what I want to accomplish, I think I could do it too. I don't need to sit here and think, I don't want to be a burden on someone. That's a big one. If you ever feel like that, that is the sign that you need some help. Okay? The whole, I got this mentality. Oh my gosh, that was toxic for me. I got this. I'll figure it out on my own. I don't need help. I got this. It's all on me. I don't want to rely on anybody else. It's all on me. That was toxic. I let go of that, and I don't want to be a burden on someone. And I didn't have a big network of people who I could look up to and choose a role model from. So I had to speak to my friends and say, hey, if you know someone who would be willing to mentor me and teach me and guide me, please let me know. And someone was referred to me, and this guy was like an angel. He knew what I would be capable of, and he ended up coaching me for a couple sessions for free. Just gave me a couple sessions. The secrets he taught me and how to use this changed my life forever. After our first call, he gave me some secrets, and I passed these on to others. That within 2 weeks, I went to this job interview. Okay, get this. It's so magical. I went to this job interview, and I met someone there, and I thought she was really cool, so I added her to Facebook, watched her post a picture where this multimillionaire had his arm around her from the same city. This is a guy I looked up to in a network marketing company like 8 years before that. And he's got his arm around her. I'm like, oh my goodness, how? So I commented on the picture, and he messaged me 2 days later and invited me after a little conversation. Said, I really like you. I love your profile. I love what you're doing. I'd like to invite you to our very first Canadian business acquisition meeting that I'm having. There's only going to be about 5 people there, and I'd like you to be one of them. I'm like, I have plans. They're canceled. I'm coming. I went to his mansion, super excited. I ended up, he did this business proposition meeting, and it would have required $500 of me to invest in, which I didn't have. Went home, sold everything I could to earn this $500, ended up being taken under his wing and becoming his #1 recruiter in the company. Wow. It was the first time I started actually making money in network marketing, and that has led to a constant up-leveling of myself, and I now teach what my first mentor taught to me, as well as what that's expanded upon in all of my learning since I became a coach. When I became a coach, 6 months later, after implementing some of the things that I've learned, 6 months later, I was a 6-figure coach, living passionately, stepping into my greatest self. And it's also what I teach other coaches. I've already had 2 clients in the past 2 years who were coaches for over a year without a one-on-one client. They had never gotten a one-on-one client. 24 24 hours after our first call with these two clients on two separate occasions, they signed their first one-on-one client making thousands of dollars. So I know what I'm doing in this, and
Yeah.
I love to teach it to people. And the
Yeah.
only reason that I can is because I had the support and continue to have coaches in my life. I will never live without a coach in my life. Having someone who's accomplished what I want to accomplish teach me so that I don't have to make the mistakes. I don't have to make the errors and the stumbles and the falls that they did. I get to do that in a shortcut. Anyone ever want a shortcut to success and happiness and fulfillment? That was me. So I hired someone who had already figured it out and started teaching me how to do it. So I highly recommend anyone here who has that mentality of it's all on me, I got this, I don't want to be a burden, drop that shit right now. Get over it. Find yourself an awesome mentor or coach and hire them. Spend the money. Do what you got to do. Invest in yourself. The best investment you can make in your life is the one in you.
And you see, like that's it. That's why it's the passion, the drive that you have. It really speaks out in volume. But the things that you say, they are so poignant into exactly getting people to think differently. And I think that's the whole point of our Zoom meeting today. It's to really get people to change their perspective, because everything all starts in our mind here. Once we strengthen the mindset and really have a different approach, the problem that you used to see, you don't view it in the same way. They no longer becomes a problem. They become an opportunity. And that gets extremely exciting when you can see problem as a new opportunity to conquer. You don't see it the same way. It becomes a brand new adventure. And that's how I like to approach life. Life is an adventure within itself. You're going to get your ups and you're going to get your down. And so when you're in your up, enjoy it, savor it, seize the moment. And when you hit your down, well, at least the up, when you kind of put all the, I put all my goodies during the ups. And then when the down moment comes, that's when I take it all out and shower myself with a whole bunch of love and just remind myself it's temporary and just keep going. So a good example of that is when my sister passed away for 2 years. So for me, now yesterday was her birthday, because it was the 28th of April. Yeah, but
Sending you my love, girl.
thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I know she's celebrating. So for three years, every single day, however slow I am, I'm always moving a little bit at a time. So I could be like, I always tell myself, I might be moving like a snail, but at least I'm moving. Just keep at it, Ree, because eventually you'll get to the end of the cross line and you're going to be proud. And today I have to say, after I hit my 3 years mark, I don't have the feeling of emptiness, like when you love somebody and you have so much dream and stuff, it feels like a puzzle that there's always a piece missing and you can never fit any kind of puzzle in that hole. I don't have that feeling anymore. I feel complete. I feel I accept that she had the journey. There's a reason for her journey. Although I might not completely understand it, I have accepted it. And I've lived to honor her life and to continue to live the best life that I can. Thank you so much, Sarah. And so I am leading to share in the love. And ever since I did the podcast and just chasing my dream, I've met so many amazing, amazing people.
She would be so proud. I'm sure she is right now looking down upon you. You are an incredible powerhouse badass, and I'm so glad to have met you.
Me too. It's the feeling is very, very mutual. I want to also be able to touch upon, I want to mention to people about fear. When we are successful, I want to remind people that the most bravest of people, it's not when they're doing stuff, they're not afraid. They are very afraid. And I remember watching an interview about Elon Musk saying about all of his SpaceX and all of these different projects for Tesla. They asked him, well, were you ever scared in the whole process? And he basically said, yeah, shit, yes. But
he's failed at so many of these things too. His fear of failure was justified. Everyone who's listening, if you have a fear of failure, good. It's normal. And it's justified because you're going to fail. If you want to be successful, you're going to fail. So that fear of failure, it's real. And yeah, you're going to fail. I hope you fail. I pray you fail so that you can learn from it and
Yeah.
continue moving on. Look at all the greatest accomplishments out there.
Mm-hmm.
Tesla, I mean, Elon Musk has failed
Yeah.
at so many things. He's been fired from jobs. He's been fired from his own companies.
Mm-hmm.
He's had so much failure that he's created so much success.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And what he said about that is that when they were saying about the launch in space, like he himself didn't think that it was actually going to be successful, but he says you have to live beyond the fear, knowing that you have all that fear and choosing to step into the positive and believing into a cause. And that's what's going to push you through. So for me, doing the podcast and exploding and growing my business, of course, I'm afraid of failure. Of course, I'm afraid that I might not be good enough, but I'm choosing for the cause, for changing the world and getting to see people smile on their face and to be a better mom, to be a better partner, and to thrive in their business. I believe in that cause, and that's the cause I stand for. And so, fear, you can stand aside, and I'm going to keep on going.
Fear is my friend.
Yes,
I've made friends with my fear. Fear makes things exciting. I
yes.
mean, fear is what makes life exciting. If we didn't fear that we could lose it all tomorrow, you wouldn't be enjoying it. You wouldn't be making the most of it. Most people who don't realize that they could lose it all tomorrow live a life where they're taking it for granted. They're not making the most out of every moment, squeezing every drop. But when you really know that there is a true fear that you could lose it all tomorrow, you would be taking every moment you can and making the most out of it. Every time someone jumps out of a plane and they feel that fear, that's the adrenaline. The adrenaline kicks in and people get addicted to it. They get addicted and they become what's called an adrenaline junkie because the fear lights them up and they face it. They know that there's a possibility they could die.
Yeah.
And they do it anyways because that fear makes their heart pound.
Yeah.
The fear is actually an amazing thing. If you've ever seen the movie Inside Out, it's a kid's
Yeah,
Disney movie.
Yeah.
I love all the animated movies, and it's such a great message. Oh my gosh, she's this little girl, and everyone in the movie, they've got joy, they've got fear, they got anger, they've got disgust, and they've got sadness. And the whole movie talks about the relationship that they all have with each other and how they create this perfect synchronicity and harmony in human beings. And Joy didn't appreciate sadness and learns where sadness came in to elevate the girl, and it called in support, it called in love. Fear protected her. Every time something happened, fear would step in and go whoa whoa whoa, and it made it all added up to this little girl having a beautiful life. So I love fear. I am friends with my fear. It wakes me up. It gives me excitement. It shows me where I need to be careful. It makes me cautious when I need to be, but it gives me that excitement to step forward with the fear instead of let the fear scare me off from doing something I love.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy you said that because honestly, there is a quote in the Asian culture, something about fear stepping in your, it's almost similar to, it's not identical. It's almost like to excel, to succeed, to win, you must know your enemy. It's becoming friend with your enemy. It's to know what you're faced with. So it's not exactly the same, but I've learned over time to accept that failure is, it's okay. It's part of the process. I actually sometimes look forward. I haven't acquired the 100% yet, but I acquired that I look forward to the failure because there is always an opportunity to learn and grow from that. I want to also highlight your success with regarding to winning the gold medal for pickleball. I want you to talk about it and the lesson that you got because it's going to be so impactful in people's life to leave with this. We've covered so much and yet so little, but I want to be able to hear what what stood out for you.
I will give a quick little thing on it because I could speak all day about pickleball. I love pickleball. I'm still under a year since I've joined, but becoming a sponsored athlete, you know what? It was never even a dream of mine. So, when you step into the identity of someone you want to be, that includes some things you don't expect, like becoming a sponsored athlete, winning a bunch of gold medals in something. That was really exciting. This past weekend, weekend, I got to go into a tournament at a fairly high level of competition, and I walked away with gold, but
Mm-hmm.
not without some struggle. We
Mm-hmm.
played a team that in our pool they beat us, and then we went up against them in the gold and silver match because we won all our other matches. And they beat us again in the first match in a best of three. Well, the second match, we came back and beat them really good. And then the third match, they had us beat 9 points to one. They only
Mm-hmm.
needed 2 more points to win.
Oh,
We need
scary.
we needed 10. We needed 10. And because months before knowing about this tournament, I had already decided I was taking gold at this tournament. So you could not convince me I was going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Even every point up into the 9-1 score that they had didn't convince me that I was going to lose. And what's difficult now, you can take this in a life lesson, guys. If I lost, I still would have walked away with silver.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want good. I wanted great.
Yeah.
Guys, trade good in for great.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't allow the thought to come in. Actually, it came in probably about 5 times in that string of when they kept getting points and points and points. It's okay. If I lose, I'll get silver. And my brain kept coming back. Nuh-uh, you're rocking away with gold today.
Mm-hmm.
Nuh-uh, you're not getting silver. You're getting gold. And then it would come back in. But if we lose, it's okay. So don't stress.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stressing. I'm getting gold, and in a good stress. I'm putting it on myself to not give up, to keep fighting for that gold. We ended up coming back and winning 11-9.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible, and it's something. It's part of my coaching. I teach people this. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. You make a decision. You follow through on it. You don't let anything convince you that you can't do it. And that's what's happening in a lot of people's worlds right now. They're down 9-1. And some of them have a comfortable enough life that it's okay if they lose because they'll still get silver. Trade good in for great, guys. Put that extra work in to not give up and to succeed the way you have decided to succeed. I decided to take gold long before that. I've celebrated it. I visualized it. I embraced it. I owned it. So silver was not going to be good enough for me. Though, if I got silver, I'd celebrate. I'd be happy. I'd be joyful because it's not about the accomplishment. It's about the journey. But that was what excited me about the journey was the fact that in this journey, I was pushed and I was tested to see how bad I wanted it. And you're all being pushed and tested too. Right now, as we speak, you're being pushed and tested to see how bad you want it.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
didn't just want it. I already had it in my mind. I already had the gold. So when I got the gold, that was just a reassurance that I was right. It wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I already believed it. I already knew it.
Yeah,
So
and the power of belief, it is so strong. Exactly what you're saying. It is. But the way I understand it, however people understand this term, it's really up to them because we all understand life differently. The way I understand belief is determination. So I'm the type of person since I was a little kid, whenever I'm determined about anything, I actually reach those goals. So for me, it's like, doing the coaching with you in my head, my business is already a success. In my head, I'm already living that life that I already want. And in 2 years, because I know internally inside my heart, I know that I am entitled to all that money, not for what I just feel it. There's something about it that I can't really
it's already yours.
exactly. It's already mine. It's just a matter of time. So I'm asking for 2 years. It may take me longer, but I'm not stressing out for that 2 year period because, like you said before, I had asked for two things after my divorce. I had asked for complete happiness and wealth. And then I had asked for the $2 million for that. And my instinct told me, my intuition that is very, very sharp and very strong. It basically said to me, Ree, your millions is already within you. You have it. Look around you. And I looked and I see my happy children. I see the wonderful person I've become. I see my parent healthy. I see I have an amazing boyfriend who spoils me like crazy and he loves me like no one else. I can't ask for better. I'm like fascinated by love. Like if I have love, I want everything, right? So for me, it's already the jackpot as it is. And I look around, all it radiates is just a whole bunch of love and high frequency. And I go, I already have my jackpot. It really is here already. So now working towards growing my business and getting that the might to touch it, I know I already have everything that I need. And now it's just there's no pressure to work towards this. It's like almost like a leisure of a dream chasing. When I get there, it's just a matter of time. There's no will I ever get there? Oh, it's mine. It is already mine in my head. So I understand when you say belief and determination. Me, I'm the type of person when I want something, once I made up my mind, there's no turning back. There's no telling me, no, you cannot. No, it's I've made up my mind. Whether the universe wants to hear it or not, I'll make them hear it loud and clear.
Yes. Yeah, the creative visualization process is so important. You know, seeing something so you can believe it will give
Yeah.
you the passion that leads to the action that needs to be taken. And it becomes this loop. You know, if you live in that, you know, you see something to believe it so that it gives you the passion enough to get the energy and the action to take. And then you just do it all over. You live in this endless loop of passion. This is how you can live with passion. It's not about achieving something so that you can get the spoils and the results and the rewards of it, which includes for some people happiness. You know, some people equate with if I'm successful, if I get the $1 million, if I get the dream home, if I get this, I'll be happy. And it's really the other way around. Happy people attract success. They attract the life that goes with what happiness means to them.
That's right. That's right. And just remember that it is so, so strong. And using powerful word actually helps you as well. Like I love when you say goddess and badass. Like I love the word badass anyway. I've always loved that word.
You're a divine badass, girl.
Thank you so much. So are you. You're divine badass, Sarah, back at you. And so when you use the word goddess, I get it. I feel it. And there's something about your energy. I understand it. It's a language that really speaks. So I'm able to absorb all of your confidence. And it's not like I force it. I just feel it and it just comes. So I am so happy to be in your presence. I also want people, if you can leave a few advice, because you've already given them so much in a jam pack, like really in our short little interview. But if there's 2 or 3 things that you can actually share with them today that comes to you in terms of inspiration, because I know you have so much. So if you can give them 2 or 3 things from a mindset where they feel like they're breathing down 9 to 1, like you said, what are some of the things that they can do, take action today to kind of,
I'm going to give you a really simple one. It's so simple, and it's show up. Just show up. Yeah. This is like the mistake that so many people make. It's like, you know, they maybe have an opportunity to go to a call or to an event or meet with a friend or whatever, and they get tired or whatever excuse comes up, the fears and stuff. So much magic can happen when you show up. Here's what happens to a lot of people, especially women. My hair's a mess. I don't have my makeup, and it's like I can't show up on this call.
It looks even so pretty.
I'll show up like this if you have to.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Yeah. You're going to be judged anyways. People are going to judge you. You're going to get judged anyways. No matter how perfect you think you look or imperfect you think you look, somebody is going to look at you and critique you and judge you and think you're not good enough or whatever. It's none of your business. It's only on them. So just show up. If you show up and you share your message, your mission, you share who you are, your heart, your soul, magic will happen. It will not happen if you don't show up. That is my biggest piece of advice I can give you. You know, the only reason why I found a mentor was because I showed up. No matter how uncomfortable it was so uncomfortable for me letting go of that vulnerability or being vulnerable enough to ask for help. I had to show up for myself, for my kids. And showing up provided magic for me. And I've learned a big valuable lesson. Anytime I show up, something incredible happens. Every time I show up. So if your hair's messy, if you don't have your makeup, don't let that stop you. You're going to be judged anyways. I promise you this. You're going to be judged. Let them judge you. Yeah. You can be pizza. and people will still judge you. You can be ice cream and people will still judge you. So just show up. Just show up. And, to anyone on this call, I'm going to offer you something special. I'm going to give you a free one-on-one discovery strategy session, whether you're a coach, an author, an entrepreneur, or just someone who wants more happiness. I'm going to help you strategize on how to be happier, how to get your business off the ground, whatever it is that you would like. So I have a way you can reach me that I'm actually updating right now. So I'm going to give you my other way, which is my pickleball sports card. Here's what you can do to get in touch with me, find my social media links, and get this call.
I will share it too, yeah.
Yeah, is to text the word. So pull out your phone right now. This is very simple. Go to compose a text message, and you're going to send to the number 855 434 9804. You're going to text the word pickleball. Pickle ball, BALL. Text the word pickleball, and within 5 seconds, my digital pickleball sports card is going to pop up. If you click on it, you'll see all my information, some videos, some links. You'll see my social media links. You'll see my contact information. Check that out and let me know that you saw me on Ree's podcast, and I will hook you up with a free discovery strategy session to help you get you wherever it is you want to be in a short amount of time. I'm a millennial. If you're a millennial, you'll understand this. We like instant gratification. So I've designed my whole coaching based on how do I get you from A to Z faster. Much faster in the quickest way possible while having a blast while doing it. So that's how you can get at me if you like. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Sarah Weiss.
Sarah, what a magnificent interview today. Thank you so much to take your time from your very, very, very busy schedule to just be with me and to share the love and the knowledge and the expertise with so many people that needs to hear this now. So if you hear and are tuning in to this podcast, definitely reach out. We're launching this podcast in about 2 weeks. So we're doing this interview, but in 2 weeks it comes out. But when you hear it, because I'm going to be launching it on my Facebook and all these different platforms, do not wait. Presto and dial and punch in pickleball so that you can actually reach and talk to Sarah, because she is amazing. I love you dearly. Thank you so much for today. I hope this was a very powerful interview for all of you, and listen to it again and again. The first time it's not the same, but once you keep listening to it, you're going to really, something really sinks in. So I hope it was a powerful session for you as well. So bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Such an honor being on your show.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I love you.
I love you too.